Hello everyone! I wanted to show you all just a couple quick and easy tricks. So first, whenever you start off animating, I would just select everything since the geometry is in this layer and it's locked. This R means that it's locked. So now that you've selected everything, just press S and that will just keyframe everything in your channel box editor for all of these controls. So now what I have noticed is that whenever you change something, you'll just press S and that will just keyframe everything, even the things that are just not really doing anything. And sometimes that can get really messy and you'll just have keyframes all over the place that you don't really need. So say I have it where I did, and I go here, press S, and now I want to move this. And where did this stop? So this stopped 12. And whenever you know that something is going to be held for a really long time, you want to make sure that you put a keyframe at the beginning of when it's going to start holding that keyframe for until the end where it's going to start moving again. Or else you'll just have like this huge curve wherever you start moving and it will just start whenever you don't really want it to. So now that that is set, then I'm going to just gonna do some acrobats for us. Set keyframe there, and now, yeah, it's just really weird. So now what you'll see is all of this junk. If you go to Windows, Animation Editors, and Graph Editor, here, I'll just select this guy. So right now you have these keyframes on this static animation that you don't need. So you can just like delete that, which I just box selected and then I press delete on my keyboard. So you can do that, or what is even better, so sorry, my voice is going out. What's even better is if you just don't have those keyframes at all until you need them, and since I'm not even moving those things, then you don't really need them. So how to do that in an easy way without having to go back and deleting them is if we go back and let's just Control Z our way back. So now what you can do is you can set this auto keyframe toggle, which is really nice. So you'll see what happens if I turn it on. So if I go to 6 and I slide this back like that, then it will set a keyframe for me automatically, and it will only set a keyframe where I need it, and it won't set it on every single thing, even though because nothing else is moving. So that can be really handy. And another thing is, if say I wanted to hold this foot roll for a really long time, what you can do is you can right click and then just do key selected. So if you have something else here that you need to key, then you can also do it that way. So that's just like a really nice handy trick. And another thing I wanted to show y'all is for your controls. I noticed in the video tutorial that was in your assignment sheet, I watched part of the tutorial and he had y'all do go to show and then uncheck this NURBS curves. I wouldn't do that because it can be tedious to just turn them on and off again just all the time. So what I usually like to do is I create another layer. So in your channel box editor, you can just click on this plus sign and then double click on layer, and you can just name this controls. That's how I usually like to name it. And then click save, and then you can just select all of your controls and then right click on your layer and do add selected objects. So once you do that, then everything in this layer is being controlled by these three little icons here. And so if you uncheck this P, so if you click it and it goes away, now what will happen is whenever I run the animation, the controls go away because everything in this layer is being hidden whenever that P is off. But if you forget which button to press, you can also just right click, or actually not right click, double click, and then just choose this hide on playback. And what that will do, it's the same exact thing. The P is just representing this hide on playback. So you'll see if I uncheck this and I save it, the P will come back. So I'll save it and you see how the P comes back, and now the controls are still there. So that's just like a really quick and easy way to do that. It really helps a lot. And it will do the same thing whenever you do a play blast. It will hide all the controls whenever it play blasts through your animation. So that's a really nice handy tip. Hopefully that was helpful. Good luck.